Hello, ladies and gentlemen, chuffing sunshines and bloody sweethearts. Welcome to another bloody installment. Chuffing Big Al bloody quick shot. Now today, we're going to have a chuffing beer with Big Al. This particular one, Seven Brothers Handlebar Chuffing Stout. We looked at this on the Chuffing Beer 52 review. We had a little look at this bad boy. It says it's a 4.5 bloody placenta, as they say. It is, and it says here, Handlebar Bloody Stout. In every pipe poured, there's a story that starts at our brewery and finds its way to your favourite bar. This stout is the perfect balance of rich malt and smooth flavour, meant to be enjoyed in good company. Well, I'm on my chuffing home, so I am in bloody good company, you know what I mean? Just like Seven Brothers and Handlebar, it's a partnership built on trust, tradition and love for the perfect bloody poo. So I'm talking about pussycats now, pause. Here's to the places we make it and the places you drink it. Cheers. Well, I'm bloody drinking it in bloody kitchen. And it's time for a Big Al quick shot. And you know, traditionally, anytime we have a chuffing beer with Big Al, cheers, good health to you all. Love you all. That's nice, that. Oh, that's lovely. Just before I have me a little bit of a chuffing waffle, I'm going to have another supper. That's beautiful. Oh, smooth, sweet and creamy. That is excellent. I'll be keeping my eyeballs open for that. And I had a good feeling as soon as I picked the can up. I had a good feeling for the old chuffing Handlebar Stout. And my instincts have been confirmed. Right, you know, traditionally, when you have a beer with Big Al, we talk sometimes about politics, philosophy. Things have a tendency to get a little more sensitive, a little more delicate, and a bit more slightly chuffing eyebrow and intellectual. As eyebrow and intellectual as I can chuffing get, you know what I mean? But we're looking at it. This one could be an hot potato, it could be a lukewarm bloody French fry. I'm not sure, but people's been talking. Conversations come up at home. It's come up with family. It's come up with workmates. I've heard it. It's been on media. I've heard it everywhere. So I'm going to give you my take, my opinion on it. Don't upset anybody. I'm going to try and be as delicate and as sensitive and as opinionated as I can possibly be with just how I feel about it emotionally and intellectually. It's to do with the Snow White Disney movie and the controversy over the casting of the actress Rachel Zegler. Now, my opinion on it, Rachel Zegler, I want to say straight away, is a very beautiful, very talented actress, and I've looked at some of her other bits of work, and she's got a lot of talent, and I wish her all the best, and I wish her all the best in this particular project. Now, people saying that Snow White was written as a very, very milky, whiter than white character, and that it should have been given to a white actress of that ilk, of that style. How it was written that way, it should be perceived that way. And they could have a point. But I mean, I would take it ultimately on the merits of the particular movie itself and her performance, which I'm sure is going to be chuffing great. And I will not be boycotting the movie just because she's playing the part. I fancy watching it. I'm going to watch it. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? If she acts terrible in it, I'll say she acts terrible in it, but I doubt it. But looking into other areas where there's a bit of crossover with this kind of thing, Black Bond, not just to do with skin tonation, gender as well, female Bond. And Idris Elba, I like him. Luther's one of my all-time favourite chuffing series. My personal opinion, Bond is white. And in terms of a female Bond is male. They're missing out on a trick here. Why the obsession with a black James Bond? Why the obsession with a female Bond? What they should have done is, it's a big franchise. Disney's snapped it up as well now. I think Disney, what they need to do is somebody who works for the same organisation, 006, 008, who is female. Somebody who works for the same organisation, 006, 008, a black Bond. A black female Bond. No problem. But James Bond, he's white. You know what I mean? In my perspective, that's no offence against any race, colour, creed, philosophy, religious beliefs, anything. I just think personally you should keep him white, and you should, in the realms of the franchise, well, what they've done with Star Wars, with Andor and with The Mandalorian, do a separate thing And the black Bond, or the female Bond, or the black female Bond, or whatever, might be better than James Bond. And I hope it chuffing is. Got no complaints about that, but James Bond's white, in my opinion. And I always look, in this kind of debate, I always like to flip it from the different perspective, if the tables were turned. So I looked at predominantly, famously black acted roles that are famous for being Shaft, played by Richard Roundtree. Now, how would people on the other side of the equation, in the black fraternity, how would they feel if they made a new series of Shaft with a white actor? Another Morpheus, Matrix, if they made another Matrix movie, how would people of the black fraternity feel about, instead of Lawrence Fishburne, it being a white person? Or Blade, instead of Wesley Snipes, some chuffing white dude. In the art of arts, they probably won't be too happy if they did like Muhammad Ali's life story and he was played by a white dude. I know these are fictional characters and Muhammad Ali was a real guy and Snow White's fictional and James Bond's fictional, so it's not exactly the same, but you see where I'm coming from. Last thing I like to kind of say, really, that's excellent, that. Last thing, and I'm definitely not racist. I want to get that across. For starters, I'm drinking a bloody stout. And stouts, it's black, and I bloody love it. I prefer it to white stuff. At work, we've had an influx of black people. And I've got to say, I've worked with black people in the past. I'm a big fan of the blues. Most of the stuff I like, I love Denzel Washington, I love Morgan Freeman, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, T-Bone Walker, Lemon Jefferson, Robert Johnson. These are my heroes. I love them. And if it weren't for what they did and the path that they scourged through, none of these white dudes like the Stones and Clapton and Zeppelin, they wouldn't have been playing that kind of music. This is all down to black people. Oh, and the jazz musicians, Charlie Yardbird Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, John Coltrane, absolute legends, some of the most talented musicians. So I love black people, I love black culture, and I love black art forms. So I'm well in that camp, and I was going to say I've worked with a lot of black people. A lot of black people started working where I work now, and I get on with all of them. And we talk and we chit chat. Now, sometimes when we go on about, this is where I've got to be sensitive, I've got to be delicate here. When they sometimes talk about, more black people getting pulled over by cops and being discriminated. And I was a little bit cloudy and unsure on that. But I've got to say, since the black people have started working where I work, which shall remain nameless, but been well treated by the organisation, no complaints there, been well treated by their immediate superiors and managers. I don't see any kind of putting them on bad jobs or anything like that. Treat like anybody else, treat well. But I would say a little bit ignored by a lot of the staff. So I sometimes thought what this chip I thought were potentially on their shoulder, predating back to historic events of slavery and stuff like this, and maybe coming with a bit of a persecution complex. There is some bite to it, I think. I think a lot of people do kind of ignore them and just sail past them. And there's absolutely nothing. You get talking to these dudes, absolutely top guys. I like chit-chatting with them, and they're all friendly, and they're all... I'm not saying that every white person's good. I'm not saying every black person. The people I've probably historically had most trouble with at work is probably... And I've got nothing against white people. I'm a white person. Is probably middle-aged white men. Yet some of my best friends ever historically have been middle-aged white men. But the most trouble I've had at work has been with middle-aged white men. So that just goes to show it. So... little bit of a chuffing hot potato there, and I may have waffled and kind of gone off point and gone off context, but don't want to offend anybody. That's just my opinion on the chuffing hot potato that is bloody Snow White. So cheers, have a chuffing great day and a great life. Nobody catch you later, sweethearts. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, sunshines and sweethearts. I just want to tag this on to the end because this has been a delicate, sensitive episode. Just wrote down here, finishing statement, because I ended it abruptly And I didn't want to end it abruptly because I want to give it the respect that this subject matter deserves. I've just written down colour, creed, gender, age, religion, background. I'm not saying none of these factors mean anything. They mean a lot. But I'm just saying what I'm beseeching you, imploring you to do is irrelevant of any of these factors. Take an individual person, and the word is individual. We're all snowflakes at the end of the day. And I don't mean that as a racist comment, because snowflakes are white and all this kind of stuff. We're all unique. Say every individual on their own merits. He, she, this, that, whatever. A good person's a good person. Everyone's got something to bring to the table. Respect each other. Tolerate each other. You don't have to be in love with everybody. You cannot be in love with everybody. But be respectful. Be courteous. Wherever possible, be kind. And if somebody's doing something crazy or saying something crazy, turn the other cheek, walk away. Don't get involved. Love, peace, respect. These are the things that are important. You'll not remember on your deathbed, you'll not remember the cars you had, the guitars you had. You'll remember the people you knew and how you treat them and how they treat you. So be kind, be courteous, be respectful, be loving, be giving and receiving as well, like a bloody telephone. Love you all. Catch you later. Good night. God bless. Later, sweethearts.